What up, everybody? Welcome to another edition of the Playbook Podcast. I hope y'all having a great week so far. I hope y'all had a good Super Bowl Sunday. I hope y'all enjoyed the game. I know it's a slow, boring game. I know it's like a slow beat down. But Nick will join us in just a bit. He's on his way home. I hope y'all had a great weekend. And so, yeah, I'll do some chicken to go, Travis. But yeah, man, just here we're chilling, bro. So, yeah, I'm sorry it says 12:50 on y'all's time. My MacBook's time is messed up. I don't know how to fix it. It says 9:01 on my MacBook, but it's reality. It's 2 hours behind. I don't know how to fix it. I've tried fixing it. I couldn't fix it. So, yeah. Anyways, Nick will be on just a bit. If y'all are on my Facebook page, share the Facebook live feed on my Facebook page, Trey Lopez Facebook page. Also, give us a follow on Apple Podcasts. And yeah, so but yeah, I hope y'all are having a great week. Hope y'all have a fantastic weekend. And false note, tomorrow episode will come out for the Apple Podcast, Playbook Podcast. But anyways, we're gonna go ahead and get started real quick. Nick will catch up with us. I was asking questions too about Super Bowl. So Super Bowl 61 happened Sunday night on NBC. Mike Tirico, Chris Collinsworth calling the game. Seattle wins 29-13. And believe it or not, this was an interesting game. Um, I think the Seattle Seahawks were prepared to play the Broncos, but the Broncos got hurt. Sam Darnold had 1 touchdown, 0 interceptions, 202 yards in passing. Drake May had 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, 295 yards in passing. They both played a solid game. I know, Seattle's defense is really good. Proved a lot this game. And Kenneth Walker was amazing this game too. Kenneth Walker at 135 yards in rushing. That's amazing. He made the right play. I know it came down to field goals in the beginning of the game, but you know what? As time went on, bro, they just outplayed the Patriots. That's totally okay. You know, that's okay because Seattle was a Seattle coming in was like the best defense in the NFL according to Pro Football Focus. So props to them. Props to their championship run. New England. I bet people were mad at Robert Kraft. I know people are kind of mad at Tom Brady for not rooting for them. Here's the deal about that, okay? I think Tom Brady, he has every right to be kind of mad because he's a competitor. He's a golden boy in New England, and that's just how it is. Um, and I would be mad too because under Tom Brady, he was the Patriot way. He's America's quarterback he made for 20 plus seasons in the draft. So, but props to them. They won the game. Seattle won. Seattle played this. Seattle had dominating on both ends of the field. Sam Darnold looked a little slow, but you know what he did? He made the right play. Made it. Chigma, even with Chigma being now the concussion, he made the right play no matter what. They won the game. So props to them. Happy for Sam Darnold. So, there's a lot of controversy on media about where does Sam Darnold. So, where does Sam Darnold rank among the top 10? Is he a top 10 quarterback or is he not? All right. Oops, my bad. Sam Darnold had 4,000 yards in passing and 31 touchdowns. Hurts had less than that with 1,000 yards passing. Barely 1,000 yards. If not a little bit more than 1,000, but just a tad bit, maybe a tad bit more. So here's the deal about this controversial take. Ryan Clark. I have a lot of love for Ryan Clark. I think he's an interesting guy. I think he's a little bit controversial outside of outside of ESPN and NFL Live, and he's made some dumb comments throughout the season about racial stuff. And but this guy glazes the heck out of Hurts. Jalen Hurts is not a good quarterback. He's just not. Last season, against the Chiefs in the Super Bowl, he had the best offense, the best defense, the best O line, and the best running back in the league at the time, and two number two wideouts, by the way. Hurts, and we all kind of knew the Chiefs were kind of like playing black magic. I mean, yeah, we probably rooted for the Chiefs, but deep down, my football mindset, like, you know what? Eagles are beating the Chiefs. And they destroyed the Chiefs, but I get that. Patrick Mahomes likes to run around the football. But if you're gonna say that Hurts is better than Sam Darnold, make your actual argument. Sam saying the records. The first year in the NFL, you know what happened to him? Tom Brady beat him in the wild card. Second year, you know what happened? Super Bowl with 22 touchdowns, by the way, 22 touchdowns and 5 interceptions. That's basically MVP numbers according to people who voted for him. Those ain't good numbers, bro. Last season, Dak Prescott had better numbers than him. Josh Allen had better numbers than him. Even with more interceptions, he had better numbers than Hurts did. And I'm gonna look at the Super Bowl game real quick against Patrick Mahomes and back in 2022. Super Bowl Chiefs versus Eagles. Let's see. Yep, 38-35. So this is what people say that he played better than freaking Jalen Hurts. Hurts played better. So and that Super Bowl particular, Patrick Mahomes had 3 touchdowns, 182 yards in passing, and 21 from 27 completion average. His QBR rating was 96. Hurts had 1 touchdown and 304 yards in passing with 27-38 touchdowns. But here's the deal. Mahomes played much better than that game. He ran the ball. He made the right play. This guy had a torn ACL. This guy tore something in his foot. Sprained ankle, and he won. But Mahomes outplayed him by far in that Super Bowl, by the way. But we don't want to forget about that, do we? Y'all look at Hurts didn't play this good in this game. He only had 1 touchdown. He threw a ball to Devontae Smith, and he caught the ball. It's great, you know. Other than that, he did a tush push. That's great. Other than that, what did he do? What did he do in that game? What did he do? Nothing. He did nothing good in that game the whole entire time. I mean, Hurts had 3 touchdowns on the ground. That's about it. He had 4 in total, but he didn't play Mahomes. Mahomes made the right play. Because Hurts cannot read defense for his life. So that narrative needs to be debunked. Because I disagree with that narrative big time, saying that, you know, Hurts outplayed him, because he did not outplay Mahomes at all. I watched the game. Mahomes threw 3 touchdowns with Juju Smith-Schuster, a TikToker. Like, let's be for real now. So this is my top 10 quarterback as of Sunday. Okay, it's Mahomes, Lamar, Burrow, Matthew Stafford. I'll probably give you Dak Prescott number 5, probably. No, actually not. No, I should give you Caleb Williams and Sam Darnold, Dak Prescott, Baker Mayfield, Jaden Daniels, and Jordan Love. So I have him top 7 in the max in my top 10 quarterback, which is a lot of praise. See, people bring up the part about the how he threw 20 interceptions 1 year. Here's the deal: the Jets is a cursed organization. The Jets suck. They're a bad franchise. I mean, he can't help it. I mean, Aaron Glenn's a good head coach. He couldn't he had a losing record. They should have stayed with the Lions. That's what happened. So if I'm Sam Darnold, you should be impressed. Last season, he led a team to the NFC divisional round. Yeah, he lost to the Rams. But last year, yeah, 35 touchdowns and 4,000 yards in passing. Travis, I think they're both. I think Jets are way worse than the Browns do. I think the Browns have. I don't know about. I think they're both. I think they're both bad, but probably so. The Jets are just cursed, bro. The Jets are cursed. No defense. Their defense sucks. Justin Fields was lost quarterback last season. He was terrible. The Jets are just cursed. Like they're just cursed, bro. They need a whole new freaking logo, brands. They need everything new because they just suck. They suck. The Jets were the only team that's been worse than them on defense is the Cowboys. Other than that, they've been bad all season. And then against Carolina, Carolina was put in a bad position too. And you know what happened? When we went to the Vikings, look, people thought because of Justin Jefferson. Jettis this season didn't have a good. He didn't have a good year. He did it. Yeah, 2 touchdowns this season. Two, 2 touchdowns. Like let's be for real here and say okay, I get it. I get it. He had a bad rookie year with the Jets and the Panthers, and he ain't an assistant quarterback, bro. I mean, no one thought the Seahawks were going to win the chip this year at all. I didn't think so. I didn't think so at all. But they were 10-7 this year. Good defense. Sam Darnold made the right play all the time. Made the right play all the time, bro. And for me personally, bro, I care about the game, not the halftime show, not the ads. I care about the game moment. I'm a football fan, so don't get offended if I don't say anything about the halftime show this episode because I'm a football fan. I like sports. I don't care about the other stuff around it. I want to watch the game. I like to watch the halftime analysts and then go from there. Other than that, I don't care about anything else. I don't care about anything else other than the football game itself. So there you go. Moving on to the Patriots side of the ball. So Drake May, do you all think he's a top 10 quarterback? I think he probably will be. I think I don't. Here's why I have Jaden Daniels in the top 10 still because he was hurt all season, and he's probably electrifying too. But I think he could be a top 10 quarterback in the NFL one day. They say he played a soft schedule, and they probably did. But as far as the how bad it got, I think that I think the Patriots are a good team, but they have a lot in the future. So we gotta see what happens, guys. Gotta see what happens. So I mean, I think Drake May's a good quarterback, but I don't think he's top 10 yet. I think he will be one day. I think he will be. I think Mike Vrabel's a good coach. I mean, if they're props to them, making it this far and going from there, bro. Props to the Patriots for making it this far. So, props to them. I think he will be probably by the end of next season, probably. So, so there's a lot of discussion about repeating championships in the NFL, and I think winning back to back's kind of hard. But could Seattle repeat next season? I think Seattle probably could, but I think the Rams probably will go back. I mean, here's the deal, okay? Next year's gonna be in SoFi Stadium on ESPN on ABC. So it has to be the Rams next season. It has to be the Rams going back to the Super Bowl and winning again in SoFi Stadium. Because how embarrassing would that be if you're not representing your hometown? I think it'll be LA. I don't think. I think. So unfortunate about that last drive when Puka Nakua tracked out of bounds, wasn't in bounds. It's just unfortunate, but I think the Rams could go back. I think these the two best teams in the NFC overall. I know Pickens is coming. I know Pickens is a franchise tag now, but that's about it. So other than that, I think they can go. It might be in the NFC Championship game again, but I have the Rams winning it next year. So that's my thoughts about that. What y'all thinking? What y'all think, chat? What y'all thinking about that? Let me know what y'all think, bro. But yeah. So moving on to more football news out there. The Cowboys franchise tag George Pickens. So what are the expectations for the Dallas Cowboys next season? So here's what I gotta say about the Cowboys. The Cowboys need to go in the draft, get rid of the first round pick and trade for Max Crosby. If they get Max Crosby next season, they have a shot. They actually will have an actual shot of actually winning a Super Bowl or competing for one. Because last season, Dak had one of his best years in the NFL. And you know what happened? The defense was terrible. He was terrible. I mean, they're 32nd in the NFL in defense. They give up the most points. The lowest they give up the most points in the whole NFL. Points per allowed, they were first. Points given, they were first. But just the offense was terrible. I mean, defense was terrible. I mean, the defense was awful. It was bad. So that's just saying to me how like how bad this team is. I just don't understand it. They're just a bad team on defense, and it's so funny because I think they had a chance. They had a chance to something to place it. They had a chance. They had a freaking chance to do something. And Nick said it last season. You know, order for them to win games, Stack has to score 40 points, and didn't happen. So, but to see what happens about that, and but I want to see what they do in the off season. You know, like dude, come on, Cobb, y'all. There's no way I'm turning 24 this year. There's no way in heck there's no way they don't go to chip next year. There has to be a way. I'm tired of this crap. I'm tired of this. I'm tired of it. It's frustrating me a big time because I'm like, here's the deal. I turned 24 this year. I got married last year, and I'm still not gonna see a chip for a Cowboys ever in my lifestyle, my own life. Are we being for real here? This is just embarrassing. It's embarrassing for the. It's embarrassing. It's embarrassing. It really is embarrassing. It's embarrassing the fact that I turned 24 this year. I just got married, and they still haven't won jack. Haven't won anything since '96. Since Bill Clinton was in office. Michael Jordan was still playing in the NBA. Kobe Bryant got drafted that year. He was a senior in high school. Now let's be so for real. There's no way this team does not win this year. There has to be a way. There has to be a way this team wins. but there has to be a way. Anyways, moving on to Bad Bunny Super Bowl halftime show. I know there's a lot of controversy here. Okay, here's the deal about the Super Bowl halftime show. Me personally, I don't really care about them. I care about watching football. I think there's things there's some good ones out there, like Michael Jackson was good, and back in '92, Eminem, Snoop Dogg, and Dre, and Mary J, and Dr. Dre, and and that's about it. Um, I think Usher was really good. Prince was good, but other than that, for me, bro, I don't know what he was saying. Um, I don't even know any of the songs. I go to church, listen to Christian music mainly, but here and there, listen to I mean, me personally, I just care about the football game. I don't and like I was at church all day on Sunday, and I sat there like, okay, maybe this is something interesting going to happen for Super Bowl halftime show. And so, other than that, who cares about it, bro? That's my opinion. I'm a sports fan. You know, I know it's Turning Point USA, and then there's Bad Bunny, and this is supposed to be a unifying event. I care about the game personally, and I don't know how in the world the Super Bowl had the game was the most watched so far. That's crazy to me. I mean, that's crazy to me. I don't understand that. That's kind of dumb. I mean, I kind of disagree. I don't. There's no way this is the most watched game ever. It's a slow game, and for some reason the rating said that they're number one, the most watched game in the history of the NFL in any Super Bowl. I don't buy that. I know. Here's my top five Super Bowls of all time. There's Tom Brady 2023 comeback, Mahomes winning against the San Francisco 49 against the Niners, and then there's and then there's '09 with Fitzgerald, the Cardinals versus the Steelers. I think probably Brady's last ring. Number four, number five, probably the Cowboys versus Mike the Bills back in '92. It was 92, 93. Played in the Rose Bowl. 92, yeah, 92. Like there's five super. Oh, and then there's the Malcolm Butler catch that happens back in 2014 season. Like, let's be so for real. There's no way this is the most watched Super Bowl game in the history of the NFL. There's no way. There's no way that's the most watched team ever. There's no way. There's no way. No way and whatsoever. This is the most watched team, the most watched game ever. There's no way. Um, and probably because of the halftime show, probably. But you want to sit there and watch a slow game? I don't know how. I don't know how. But but yeah, I know there's controversy going on around the Super Bowl halftime show, but at the end of the day, it's supposed to be a sports. It's supposed to be a sports, and I like football. It's kind of like the NBA. Last year, um, it was Indiana versus OKC. Not a box office performance. But you know what happened? I watched it because I like basketball. That's just how it is. I mean, my personal opinion, the Masters golf tournament is a better event than Super Bowl overall. Because the Masters golf tournament, everything pauses. Everybody that doesn't watch golf watches golf. And then they see it's like a historic comeback, a storyline. Like last year, McIlroy's Grand Slam, that's probably the best moment 2025 in sports. Because of what? Because the things that went happen in his life to not win a major in 10 years. You know, So that's just how it is. That's just how it is. Um, I mean, that's my personal opinion. Y'all may disagree about that, but I think the Masters is a better sporting event than the Super Bowl or the NBA. For me, it's the Masters, the NBA Finals, March Madness, Super Bowl, and then Summer Olympics. So that's my top five. All you want, but that's just how it is. Moving on to more now, I'm gonna go to more NBA basketball. So the Lakers lost Monday night to OKC. They blew a comeback. LeBron had 22 points, 36 minutes, and everyone else on that team sucked. Except for, I don't want to hear about Marcus Smart. He did good on defense, but oh my gosh. OKC, the other hand, didn't play good either. They didn't play that good either. This is without SGA. I mean, this was a weird game. I watched this game, and LeBron said at the end of the game that someone asked him about this team, and his team is contending for a chip. LeBron said no because of the energy, and we can't keep that same energy for 48 minutes. So here's the deal with the Lakers. They don't appreciate LeBron anymore. It's kind of sad because there's no depth at all. No, I mean, yeah, Marcus Smart, good defender. Jerry Vanderbilt, probably the best defender on their team. But as a whole, overall, they don't appreciate. Oh, here's Nick Rankin, guys. He didn't duck. I didn't duck on me like he always does, guys.
What are you talking about, bro?
Like, what's your thoughts on Super Bowl, bro? What's your thoughts on Super Bowl?
You're talking crazy. And I just got in here, bro. Dude, I got a bunch of stuff on my desk. My bad, guys.
That's all right.
How's it going?
It's going good, bro.
Nice.
Got off work. And I went
We're
straight
here, bro. We're here, bro. Trey thinks I duck, even though I don't, but whatever.
Here's the deal, guys, okay? He texts me, stick to football. Stick to WT.
I do
and
say
you know
that.
what he does?
Because he
So
should.
I'm on the pod. I
'Cause he
wait.
should.
I wait.
And here I am. So
Yeah,
what now?
Yeah, that's true, bro.
Yeah, exactly. What now, bro?
Yeah, he's here, guys.
Yeah, dude, the Super Bowl, that was definitely one of the least interesting ones that I've seen in quite some time.
I know what's crazy about this game. There's no way this is real. According to NBC PR, this was the most watched Super Bowl and ever.
Yeah, I know, which is crazy. I think a lot of it has to do with
Bad Bunny.
I think a lot of it has to do with Bad Bunny for sure, and I do think that a lot of it has to do with no Chiefs in there as well. But it just was an absolute domination from start to finish. Real quickly, I'll just go over my thoughts of it quickly. I didn't know exactly where you were at on this here, but yeah, they might have bought the NFL or the Super Bowl. I'm not sure, but here's the deal: did Sam Darnold play out of his mind? No. Did he make any mistakes? No. He did what he needed to do, and which wasn't much. Kenneth Walker was dominant, 27 carries, 135 yards, and the MVP. Congratulations to him. Zach Charbonnet going down. I told Travis this. I said, that's actually a good thing for Seattle because now they have to use Kenneth Walker, who is far superior to Zach Charbonnet. So people were saying,
I mean, probably, bro.
Maybe, bro. I don't know.
I mean, probably, bro.
Yeah. I mean, I think that this Seahawks defense kind of proved that they were right there with the Texans and Broncos defense all year. They sacked Drake May 6 times. They got so many pressures on him. Will Campbell alone gave up 14 pressures, the most of any player all season, not playoffs, all season. So, I mean, that's not great for sure. I thought that, their game plan was better. I think Mike McDonald had these guys ready to rock, and he outcoached Mike Vrabel pretty badly, I think. And I always forget their offensive coordinator. Hold on. I always want to say Lane Kiffin. He's LSU's head coach. Clint Kubiak. Oh my goodness. Clint Kubiak, I think will be a head coach next year, but Seattle's going to do everything they can to keep him. He was more prepared than Josh McDaniels was for the Patriots. And real quickly here, I do see that, some of the questions you have on here, is Drake May a top 10 quarterback despite the loss? I do believe so. I don't think losing in the Super Bowl should push you out of the top 5. I know he was awful. I get it. He had a historically bad playoff run. I get it. I understand. He's still 22. He still was right behind Stafford in MVP voting. I believe there was 2 votes for Josh Allen and 2 votes for one vote for Justin Herbert. And if all three of those votes had been for Drake May would have been the MVP. It was that close. So, we still have to consider that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He was still a top 2 MVP all year, and he ran into a buzzsaw. And guys, I was dead right about the Seahawks. I told Trey Lopez halfway through the season, they can win the Super Bowl. And he looked at me like I was talking crazy. So thank you for cashing me in. They weren't my pick. Actually, I didn't really I actually didn't know who was going to win this game. I thought the Seahawks were better, but I thought Drake May was going to play better than Sam Darnold. And I thought that was going to be the difference. Dead wrong. Did Sam Darnold play out of his mind? No, but Drake May played horrible. So
Sam Darnold made the right plays when he could. I have Seattle winning this game by. I kind of knew it'd be a blowout. I kind of knew it. Because Kenneth Walker's a beast, dude. I mean, props to that
he's
guy.
So good, bro.
I mean, he needs to get better at catching the ball, but other than that, and receiving. But other than that,
dude, he can run the rock, bro. He can run the rock.
I remember a little bit of Marshawn Lynch a little bit.
Yeah, he was really. I mean, he alone had more rushing yards than the entirety of the Patriots team combined.
That's crazy.
So I mean, the Seahawks defense, huge kudos to them. Shout out to Cooper Kupp for a second Super Bowl ring, and he had a good game, 6 catches, 61 yards. He had 12 targets, but so shout outs to Cooper Kupp. Shout outs to Jackson Smith-Njigba, the offensive player of the year, winning his first championship. He's in some, I know he didn't have a great game. He had 4 catches for 27 yards. I know, but the thing is, he had Christian Gonzalez on him. Christian Gonzalez is a top 3 cornerback in the league. And I think out of all the Patriots, I think Christian Gonzalez might have been the best player on the field, including the Seahawks. He's playing that well. This game, I kid you not, would have been 40-13 if it wasn't for Christian Gonzalez. That one play he made on Shaheed, the batted down pass, that's a walk-in touchdown if he doesn't make that play. And I feel really bad for him because he was electric. He was fantastic, and his team did not do the thing. So, but yeah, I do think Drake May is a top 10 quarterback, and I do think Sam Darnold is as well. So I'm not going to go too far over because I don't think Sam Darnold was the leading force of this team. I think it was the defense. So I'm not going to go too far over like the Eagles fans did last year about Jalen Hurts. I'm not going to go that far. Jalen Hurts was not a top 3 quarterback after he won the Super Bowl last year, and he won Super Bowl MVP. Sam Darnold did not. So I'm not going to go that far, but I do think he's solidified himself as a top 10 quarterback, back-to-back 14 win seasons. The Vikings look horrible without him, and he was good enough to win a Super Bowl. And he played the best game of his life against the Rams in the divisional. So, or in the conference championship.
Who has Sam Darnold top 11 and has Hurts better than Sam Darnold. I think RC needs to be a. That's RC. That's RC. I don't know why you like this Hurts, dude.
Well, I know why, but I don't think I'm going to pull this up here.
I know why too.
I'm going to pull up Sam Darnold here. I want to see. So he was so good against the Rams, and he was the reason they were in the Super Bowl because of that game against the Rams, and his teammates took care of the rest on Super Bowl Sunday. And guys, this Seattle team has like $75 million in cap space. This team is not going anywhere. They're going to re-sign JSN. They're going to give him a huge extension. They're going to re-sign Shaheed. They're going to get Kenneth Walker a deal. This team is not going anywhere.
Yeah.
They might keep Clint Kubiak. They might be able to keep him because maybe Clint Kubiak wants to try to go back to back. I mean, hypothetically speaking, next year, if the Chiefs can't pull it together and if the Patriots kind of have that Super Bowl hangover that we've seen before, where you go to the Super Bowl, you lose the next year, you're in the trenches. We might see something like that. I think he's a head coach too. I agree with you, but I think the Seahawks are going to put together a pretty convincing package. I don't think so. Let me pull it up. Maybe they did. If they did, that was quick. Oh, okay. Thank you, Travis. The Raiders got him. Never mind. Clint Kubiak's the head coach of the Raiders. I didn't even know that.
I didn't know that either, bro. I mean, probably because it's Tom Brady now making the calls.
Wow. What was I doing yesterday? I must have been busy yesterday and missed that. Wow, that is crazy. Okay, I feel really bad for Clint Kubiak because that is no, he gets the first overall pick. He's going to get Fernando Mendoza.
Yeah.
Maybe he could do something with that team. He has Ashton Genty. They got to work on the O-line. He must have gotten signed while he was still drinking champagne in the freaking locker room, bro. That's crazy. Wow. Well, yeah, congratulations to Clint Kubiak. I'm interested to see who Mike Macdonald gets there, who gets in place of him there at that offensive coordinator position or offensive coordinator slot for the Seahawks. But yeah, that's crazy. I didn't even know that. He's already had a press conference? Oh, dude, they got this guy over to Las Vegas as soon as possible.
That's crazy.
This is crazy. Okay, well, that's good to know. I actually did not know that. I can't believe I missed that. I guess with all the stuff going on, I didn't really see that on social media either. So that's wild. Okay, well, yeah, congratulations to the Raiders for getting him. Hopefully he can pull something together there. But yeah, we'll see what the Seahawks do. We've seen how important coordinators are. We saw what happened to the Eagles when they lost both of their coordinators. They lost, and we saw what happened to the Lions, right? The Lions lost both of their coordinators as well. They had a down year. The Seahawks, after that Super Bowl run, the Super Bowl win, they lost both theirs. They lost, what's his face? Shane Steichen and the other guy, the Cardinals guy. I forgot his name. But what's his name? I'm going to pull it up real quick here. Jonathan Gannon. Jonathan Gannon got fired. But yeah, and then Shane Steichen went to the Colts, and then they had a down year. So we'll see if the Seahawks are able to bounce back after that. I'm not sure. But I do think Seattle could. I was kind of going here next. He's basically the Raiders head coach in the Super Bowl. That's definitely what it seems like. I think Seattle could repeat, like I was saying, barring the Chiefs being the Chiefs again, the Bills getting anyone who can actually catch the ball, the Patriots having a Super Bowl hangover, the Niners, they practice at the facility next to the electrical power plant, and they all their Achilles explode. I guess I genuinely think the Rams could be there too. I think the Bears could be there as well. I think the Bears will get better. I think we'll see Caleb Williams get better another year under Ben Johnson's system. I mean, they were one play away. They were one really bad interception from Caleb Williams away from playing against Seattle in the NFC title game. So I think they'll be back for sure. I definitely think they could. Have you talked about the Cowboys franchise?
I have, yeah.
Okay. See, I didn't know that either. I'm catching up right now. I had no idea they franchise tagged George Pickens. I like that. I like that. The expectations for them next year are to use those draft picks on defense.
You should get Max Crosby, bro.
They should try. I don't know with Clint Kubiak there. I don't know if he's going to go anywhere, but I think that they should try to get. Like I said, there's a couple guys I would love for them to draft at that 12 spot. Caleb Downs, if he's available, there's no way he will be. That's my lofty, delusional goal. David Bailey is another one. I think he's going to go around 8 or 9. So I think he'll be gone. So realistically, they'll get the linebacker Sonny Styles from Ohio State, which would be great. I'd love that pick there. And then drafting another either DB or linebacker. I believe they're drafting 21 as well. I'm actually going to pull that up here. I got home, guys, and immediately hopped on. 0 time prepped. I was all ready to go. Okay, so they have 12 and they have 20, actually. The Green Bay pick is 20. So I like having both of those. I think first-round picks are really, really good in the NFL, so I like that a lot. But I like that they kept George Pickens. I want to see if they can get that defense really going. They still have the oh my Lord, what's that guy's name? I'm all over the place. The guy they traded for, Quinnen Williams. Whew. Williams. Yeah. They still have Quinnen Williams. They need to burn Kenneth Murray at the stake. They need to. I know they fired Matt Eberflus. They need to hire him again so they can fire him again. Just because I hate the guy so much. Like I said, he's a member of the Taliban.
Before Iran, bro.
Yeah, I mean. Anyways, so yeah, I think that they could be a good team. I'd love to see them back in the playoffs. I think if they get that defense up to snuff, they can be back in the playoffs.
Yeah.
But I'm going to leave it there. I'm going to leave it to it. It'd be nice for them to have another playoff appearance, but I'll hold my breath on that too. So, and did you talk about the halftime show?
Yeah, I said it's not top 5, bro, because people say it's top 5.
I'm not gonna lie, guys. I didn't watch it. I was at my parents' house. I watched the first half of the game, and it was so boring. I went downstairs and started helping them unpack. They just moved into a new home, so I'm not gonna lie. I haven't watched it. I've seen clips of it, so I don't know. I've heard a lot of people liked it. I've heard a lot of people hated it. I know Lewis Hamilton liked it, so there's that. That's cool. Okay. The F1
I know. Many conservatives didn't like it. Many conservatives didn't like it.
Well, yeah, that's yeah.
I mean, here's the deal. Me personally, I care about the football game. I wish that stuff never existed. So that's how I feel about it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. We'll see.
I'm a sports fan, and people that hate on that, then
yeah,
this is a sports podcast for a reason. This is not Entertainment Tonight with Kevin Frazier. This is a sports podcast. So
yeah, I mean. Oh,
you went muted.
There we go. Hello, are we back?
Yeah, you're back. You're back.
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't watch it. If I watch it, I'll tell you guys what I think of it next time. But I didn't watch it. So, why is Ryan Clark lazing Hurts? I don't know, dude.
RC should be fired because he's a racial person. ESPN should have fired him and hired back Shannon Sharp. So. That's how I see it.
Yeah.
RC Larry selling on the YouTube. He's like, I got racial profile because they were playing Tupac and Biggie because I'm black. Like, shut up. You should be fired.
Yeah, I don't think I'm going to touch on that one, but yeah, I don't think he's a great analyst. So, okay, so were you talking about this when I joined?
I was talking about how what LeBron said at the end of the game.
What did he say? I didn't hear it.
He said that because someone asked him, "Do y'all think this is the championship team?" He said, "No, we can't keep the same energy for 48 minutes." Because they blew a comeback. They were winning and they blew it.
Yeah, I see what he's saying. I don't even think that's a shot. I think that's just true.
Yeah.
The Lakers' biggest issue is that they play really good in spurts. They can play really good for a quarter. They can play really good for a quarter and a half, and then they start struggling. I mean, I know Luka didn't play, but SG also didn't play in this game against the Thunder. Also, I just really hate that. So I mean, Austin Reeves, he's coming back off of an injury. He played okay in this game. He was 16.6 of 14. It's not great. He did add 7 assists, but he had 5 turnovers. I think what's killing the Lakers are their turnovers come in the worst spots ever. Also, the refs let Lou Dort do whatever he wants on defense.
Yeah, I know.
He can grab. It's worse than hand checking. I mean, what he does is legitimately worse than hand checking. He can grab, he can yank at the jerseys, he can grab forearms, he can do all this, and it doesn't matter. I mean, there's a clip of him guarding LeBron. He legitimately, they let him do whatever he wants.
Yeah, he was pushing LeBron with his hands.
I mean,
it was annoying, bro.
I mean, I'm surprised he's not old head's favorite player, because this guy, I mean, like Lou Dort plays defense like your dad and your grandpa think they played defense in the 90s. This is legitimately how Lou Dort plays.
I know
how your parents and grandparents talk about the bad boy Pistons. That's how Lou Dort actually plays.
Yeah, I know.
Like he's grabbing, he's pushing. It's ridiculous. I don't know how he gets away with all that.
But I think I just don't think the LA appreciates LeBron though.
Yeah, well, no. So there was the report that him and the Lakers are kind of agreed to part ways after the season. Thank God. I cannot stand Lakers fans. They have not appreciated LeBron how they should have. They were trash before him. He made them relevant. He got them AD. He got them a championship, and now they want him gone, even though he's the best player on the court most of the time.
And he did that to Kobe. They did that to Kobe Bryant too.
They did to Kobe. The fans didn't, but the front office did. He was plenty good to compete after the 2010 season, and he never got a good enough team to do it again. So up until
they had Mike D'Antoni, who just wants you to shoot threes all day.
Yeah. And he's not good. I don't know. I do like the Luke Kennard addition. I think he's played well in his 2 games as a Laker. But yeah, I mean, the Thunder can do whatever they want on defense, and the Lakers, every other team are not allowed to do what they want on defense. So it's hard to play. It's hard to play against that for sure. But yeah, I would love to see LeBron go back to the Cavs. LeBron, Spida, and James Harden, if they can pull that off.
Evan Mobley,
Jared Allen, if they can pull that off, man. That'd be a treat to see. I would love to see LeBron retire in a Cavaliers jersey. And I'll be honest with y'all, that's the only place he could go that LeBron haters won't freak out over.
Yeah, I know.
If he goes anywhere else, if he goes to Golden State, if he goes to, I'm just throwing out names. I don't think he's going to go Boston. I don't know why he'd go to Boston.
No,
he hates Boston.
Milwaukee.
New York, Milwaukee, San Antonio, the Mavs. I'm just throwing out stuff. Like if he went anywhere other than the Cavaliers, he would get annihilated. And the media would annihilate him, would blow him to smithereens because, oh my goodness, he's changing teams again. But if he goes back to Cleveland, plays the last 2 years of his career there, even though if you watch him play, the guy looks like he can play for another 5. But
the dude was thugging on. They did dunk on Chet, bro, twice.
Chet was scared of jumping with him. Like,
dude, there's no way that guy's 41.
Yeah, I do think he could play for another 5 years if he
really wanted to.
If it stays like this, but I don't think he wants to. I think he does not want to play till he's 45. It would be crazy, but I don't think he wants to. I could see him playing to 43. I think after this year he might play 2 more, because if he goes to Cleveland and they have a great year,
he'll play again.
They win a championship. If they win a championship, I think he would retire. If he won a championship next year with Cleveland, I think he would retire. If he didn't, I think he'd try again. If he didn't, he would retire if he wanted to retire. So I think that's just kind of where I'm at, I think, in my head.
I think LeBron wants to get 6. They try Jordan and call it the go.
Yeah, I don't know if he would definitely have to leave LA to do that, because that front office is just a joke. And I saw someone say this, and it was a Lakers fan, not a LeBron fan. It was a Lakers fan, which made it more interesting, because this guy had seen the way that this Lakers front office works. They said that the front office will do something so good that they will get a pass for all the crap they do for the next 5 years. So they get Luka, and fans, oh my goodness, Rob Pelinka, you're him. You're the greatest GM ever. You got Luka for a bag of chips. AD's not even on the Mavs anymore. That's a joke of a trade for the Mavs. I can't believe they did it. And since then, what has he done?
None.
You know what I mean? Not really anything. I like the Luke Kennard trade. Is that going to tip the scales and let the Lakers win the championship? No. If he got DeAndre Ayton, the guy is 7 feet tall and he can't grab rebounds on a consistent basis. He can't play defense on a consistent basis. Marcus Smart, I do like that pickup, but outside of that, it's like the team is mostly the same. Dalton Connect doesn't want to be there, and you didn't trade the guy. He's getting DNPs on the bench, and he doesn't want to be there.
Yeah.
So I mean, I think that was very true what they said about Rob Pelinka, that he'll do something, or the Lakers front office will do something that forgives all the crap they're going to do for the next 5 years. So I cannot wait for LeBron to be out of there. I really hope he goes back to Cleveland. I would love to see him in a Cavs jersey again, and I would love to see him play with Donovan Mitchell, because Donovan Mitchell reminds me a lot of D Wade in the way he plays. Yeah. So I think LeBron would fit right in. He'd have another playmaker in James Harden. We've seen LeBron be able to play off the ball. He'd have two bigs to be able to throw lobs to, and they could work the cap. LeBron's probably not going to ask for the max contract next year. He might ask for 25 to 30 million, and that'll be plenty for him. He's a billionaire. He makes more money with all of his many endorsements than he does in the NBA anyways. So, and especially if it's his last 2 years, and who knows, maybe he just wants to compete for a championship. He takes the veterans minimum. If you have LeBron James on your team for $4 million, dude, they are going to put a crazy roster there. But we'll see. We'll see what they end up doing. But yeah, I mean, the Lakers can't compete for a championship. I'll be the first ones. Barring Luka and LeBron going ballistic in the playoffs, I mean, Luka looks like 24 Luka, and LeBron turns back the clock and he looks like he did in the bubble. They're not winning the championship. There's no way. So,
yeah,
I mean, I think San Antonio's better. I think OKC's better. I think the Rockets are better. I think the Timberwolves are probably better. Let me see.
They're going to get anybody in the draft. They traded their whole players basically.
Yeah.
They're dumb. They're trying to get Giannis. They couldn't get Giannis.
I did like the pickup they got. Oh, Denver. I like Denver more than them.
Oh yeah.
I think that's probably where I'd stop, but that's a lot of teams.
Dude, that's a lot of teams, bro.
That's a lot of teams. I want to pull up this. I want to see the Timberwolves got that guy from the Bulls. What was his name? Ayo Dosunmu. Okay. Well, he had 21 points against the Hawks off the bench. So I did like him. He's from the Bulls. He's a good player. He'll give some scoring depth for them that they don't have. And yeah, I like the Timberwolves more. So, I mean, I think that the Spurs could win it all this year. Shoot, they just had Stephon Castle just had a 40-point triple-double. And he's on the same team. Wemby tonight had 40 points, 12 rebounds, and 2 assists and a block in 26 minutes against the Lakers. No LeBron, no Austin Reeves, no Luka. Still 40 points in 26 minutes is ridiculous. So yeah, I really like that team, and I think they're built to beat the Thunder as well. The Spurs have beaten the Thunder 4 out of 5 times. Let me see here. Yeah, 4 out of 5 times. The Thunder only got him once. So, I mean, yeah, it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough. But yeah, I don't think that they can compete at all. So, Mark Cuban, there's a report that he's apparently going to partner with somebody and buy the Mavs again. What do you think about that?
He needs to. Well, yeah, I don't blame him, bro. He's like, look at the AD trade.
He saw Cooper Flag going off. He's like, hold on 1 second.
Dude, yeah, I know, man. Because AD is in the Wizards now, bro.
Yeah.
And I think AD's probably gonna retire. A short career, which is okay. But I think he should go back. I mean, I'm not a big fan of the guy personally. I think he's a stubborn guy. He's going on Shark Tank. On Shark Tank, he's cool, but other than that, he's an idiot. But he needs to go buy the Mavs back, bro. Because that trade, I mean, that trade was awful. Yeah, he got Cooper Flag, but
you didn't get Cooper Flag because of the trade. You got Cooper Flag because you were just lucky, or the lottery was rigged.
Yeah, probably rigged.
I mean, I wouldn't doubt if Adam Silver said, "Hey, we need LeBron's about to leave. We need a superstar in LA. You give the Lakers Luka, we'll make sure you get Cooper Flag in the draft." And then Nico Harrison was like, "Oh yeah, for sure, dude, let's do it."
Yep.
And now they ended up getting Luka for now. I believe it's like Max Christie, some picks, and then whoever they got for is awful.
D'Lo.
Yeah, it's just awful. It's just a horrific trade. So, yeah, we'll see. We'll definitely see what he ends up doing there. We'll go back to LeBron a bit. He did mention on his podcast there should be less than 82 games, and that he said the 65 game eligibility is not ideal. So, I'd like to go first on this one because I have some thoughts on this. So I know old heads are just gonna love to hate on this one because they're gonna be like, "Oh, back in my day, MJ used to play all 82, man. Sam Jones, Iron Man, he played all 82 every single year." Yeah, they also ran half as much as they do now. And there's a legitimate statistic on this. You can look it up. You can look up average distance traveled now between back then. It's literally double now. The guys are running more because of the way that it works. They're running double the distance. So yeah, I understand what LeBron's saying. These guys run way more. I'm gonna actually pull it up here. Let me see if I can find that graph. I'm gonna pull this up. Average distance running. So it's roughly like they run almost double the amount that they used to run, which is kind of crazy if you think about it. They didn't jump as much either. Those guys were not as athletic as the guys are today. No, I'm not saying Jordan wasn't. There's a reason Jordan averaged 30 every freaking game because he's playing against a bunch of bums and could jump out of the gym. Okay. So before you guys get on me, Trey, I need to be very clear about that. So yes, they do run more than they used to. They run more now than they did in the 2010s. The 2010s run more than they did in the 2000s. It just goes on and on and on. So I get what LeBron's saying. These guys run way more. LeBron mentioned it as well. He said the guys, we run more than we used to. And
so how many games do you think they should play in a season?
I think it should be a 70-game season. So what I think they should do is I'm dead serious, remove the All-Star weekend. If you do an All-Star game, do it just like the NFL where it's a week before the championship and nobody cares about it. It's just there so you can give someone an All-Star. What they should do, 70 games, 35 games in the first half, right in the middle of the season, okay? Or maybe do 25 or 30, whatever, but right in the middle of the season, the in-season tournament. Make it bigger, make it more important, make it really, really legit because I do like that. I do like the in-season tournament. Make it a bigger ordeal, okay? And then do the rest of the season after that, okay? So I would no, not 35 games in the season. I'm talking about 35 in-season tournament, 35, or 30 in-season tournament, 40. or 25 in-season tournament, 45, whatever. But just make the in-season tournament more important. Make these. You have plenty of teams. You can have games every night still.
Yeah.
You can actually make more of the product. Okay. And if you want to do 70 regular season games and 10 in-season tournament games, you can do that too. If you want to do 60 regular season games and 10 in-season tournament games, or 15, whatever you want to do, but just there's too many back-to-backs. Abolish back-to-backs. These guys don't want to play back-to-backs anymore. They run way more than they used to. Nobody wants to play back-to-back. Nobody wants to run 18 miles in one game, then wake up the next day and run 18 miles again. Nobody wants to do that. Nobody wants to. Like, they wouldn't have done it in the 90s either if they were running that much. They just run more. So I think that they should do that, and I do think that the 65-game eligibility is dumb because it's not going to stop people from sitting out. It's not going to stop people. So what they need to do is 70-game season, so 35 in-season tournament, 35 NBA playoffs, and abolish the eligibility rule.
Yeah. So I actually agree with you about this, actually. I've been watching old games too the past because I gotta figure out how to go this still. And here's the deal about this, okay? This basketball has evolved since the 90s, since it first got created back in 1896 in Springfield, Massachusetts. Okay. People are taller, they're faster and bigger. Technology evolves. I admire Tim Grover for what he did for Jordan and in that time. Tim Grover is one of the best trainers of all time. But and it's a different game than it was back then. This is more spaced out now. I think this basketball is more physical than it's ever been. It's more spaced out. I think if 70 games is good. I think 70 games is a good number. Actually,
Yeah.
Number. And then if I were you, if I'm the All-Star game, get rid of it overall. Maybe do it. Maybe play some kind of pickup game probably
Just
anywhere.
Just do a 3v3 tournament right before the playoffs start for the guys that aren't in the playoffs or in the finals.
Yeah.
Just do that.
Because and here's
nobody watches that junk.
Yeah, I'm not watching it this weekend.
I'd watch it. I didn't even know it was this weekend.
It's this weekend, yeah.
I didn't even know. Nobody watches the dunk contest. Nobody watches the 3-point contest. Nobody watches the actual All-Star game. If they did a 3v3 tournament, All-Star game right before the NBA Finals, I guarantee you all of us would watch it.
Yeah. Yeah. And top of that too, I think this NBA goes to 17 games, I think LeBron can play another 2 or 3 years actually prepare for his body more.
Yeah.
Because LeBron he's older now. He's not 26 no more. I think if he plays 70 games, I think he can play another 3-4 years. Because he's even said on his podcast, 82 is a lot. It's a lot of games. It takes a toll on your body. Plus the Olympics too, that happened in FIBA. That's a lot on your body.
Yeah.
So but Adam Silver better do it, or he's gonna be. I don't think he will do it because he's an idiot. I don't know. Maybe he will.
Yeah. I don't know.
Because he's a moron.
We'll see.
I like
but yeah, the I'm not falling for the rage bait, Travis, but nice try. The average distance ran per team per game is just rising so much more. Even between now, Travis, you actually sound like an old head. He's doing old head talk right now, and I know what he's doing. He's just joking. He's just joking. That's just old head talk. He should be able to play 100 games. He could have when he was 28. He could have played. Miami LeBron could have played 200 games, and he'd have been fine.
Probably, bro.
Will still dropped 190 game season. Bro busted out the OG. Wilt the Still.
Yeah, Wilt the Still is the most overrated player of all time. But go ahead.
It's actually Kobe, but
it's Wilt.
It's
and
Kobe.
It's Derrick Rose. And it's Derrick Rose.
Derrick Rose. Derrick Rose isn't in anybody's top 25.
He should. I don't know. He shouldn't.
He's not.
He shouldn't won an MVP back in 2011.
He probably shouldn't have, but that doesn't make him the most overrated player of all time because he won one MVP.
He didn't do jack against LeBron.
No, duh. LeBron's the GOAT.
Actually, it's. I gotta watch more games, but
whatever. So yeah, I see what LeBron's saying, and 20 straight MVPs. So yeah, we're not talking about this. Your second favorite player is not Cooper Flag.
Okay, I remember. Here's the deal. Second favorite player behind Ant-Man, and it's LeBron, Cooper Flag, and Ant-Man. So yeah, I stand by it. I live by it. So everybody deal with it.
So I want you guys to know this is the same guy that said AJ Dybinsta was already better than Cooper Flag.
I take that back. I take it back. So I take it back.
Bro saw Cooper Flag dropping 30 a night, and he's like, "Oh yeah, he's my second favorite player." No, I told you what I say, Trey. When you said AJ Dybinsta was better than, well, yeah, BYU's about to be unranked, so he needs to start hooping.
I know.
They lost 4 in a row.
I know.
When AJ Dybinsta was playing against no-name teams and playing really well, you said this guy's already better than Cooper Flag. He's better. He's a better prospect than Cooper Flag. He's already better than Cooper Flag right now.
All right, guys. I take it back.
No. So, okay, bro, dude, a varsity basketball team could beat Baylor. See, BYU's so good against crappy teams, I swear. But anyways.
Hey, you know, could be a better prospect than Cooper Flag? Darren Peterson.
Okay, see, the same guy who said that Darren Peterson was not him, was not anything. Back, okay, so stay on that side. You can have Ant-Man. You can have Ant. Keep him. You're the Ant-Man guy on the show. I'm the Cooper Flag guy on the show.
Hey. Is it because of their...
No, my favorite player is LeBron.
Okay, I'm just asking the question.
Because I followed Cooper Flag since he was a high schooler, and I actually thought he was good. And you told me AJ Dybinsta was better already. Travis, you can have counsel. That is your guy.
Okay, Nick said Barney was better.
I never said that. You know who did say that?
Who?
You.
No, I didn't, bro.
Yes,
this guy's lying.
But what are you talking about, bro? Travis, what are you even saying? Yeah, so no, he's not your favorite. He's not your second favorite player. It's LeBron, and then it's Ant-Man, and you're not claiming Cooper Flag after the crap you said.
I'm claiming him, bro. I'm claiming him right now.
No.
Cooper Flag. I'm on the podcast right now. Cooper Flag. I'm sorry, bro. Give me. I rooted for you and Duke. I wanted to win a national championship.
I followed Cooper Flag since high school, bro. I watched it in high school.
It was a good shot, but it missed. It happens in basketball. Don't be hard on yourself, bro.
No, and then when AJ Dybinsta gets to the NBA, he's your third favorite player. And you guys stay on that side. You're staying on that side. I told you Darren Peterson better than AJ. Nope. You bought too much stock into AJ. You got to stay over there, bro.
I gave my money. I got my money back.
I told you. I said stay over there.
I got it all back.
Said, I'm good over here, bro. I'm good over here, bro. I'm good over here. You're not good over anywhere, bro.
I got my money back, bro.
Who, AJ? AJ's game has to develop for him to be good in the NBA.
I know it has to. He did good against Houston. And
he played pretty well against Houston, but he's going to have to really, really develop for him to be good in the NBA. I mean,
you know what I said last week about him?
He's not good. He's not a good enough playmaker. He's got to get better.
What I said this, that he's overrated. And I hate to say it because he's a great guy. He's a good dad. His dad pushes him. But I don't know. He needs to get off the YouTube vlogs and actually think about basketball. That's what he needs to do. He trained with LeBron and KD. I guess that didn't help him at all. It has to be him. It's not like LeBron and KD's fault. It's his fault. So if I'm AJ Dybinsta, get off YouTube until you're like, just get off it for a period of time. Because you're getting a lot of clips on that, but not in college ranked teams. I watched that game against Kansas. He looked terrible.
Dude, KenPom was awful, Travis. Nobody's looking up KenPom.
I looked at Arizona game on a pod here watching it. It looked awful. I looked at the game against Houston. He played great, but he still lost. But
Yeah. Okay, well, they lost against Arizona because of him. He was awful against Arizona. He was 6 of 24. They lost against Kansas because of him. He was awful. He only had 17 points. They lost against us because of him.
Yeah,
He was awful against us. He was 6 of 17. Let me pull up this other one. They lost to there was one more. What was it? It was us, Arizona, and Kansas. I mean, like, we can't just sit here and say that it's his team when Richie Saunders put up 33 and the dude couldn't do anything against Kansas. We can't. Yeah, like, we can't just sit around and say that. And they're not a good defensive team. He's not a good defensive player.
yeah,
AJ, and I know the whole team's not very good on defense either. I'm not just blaming him, but AJ DeBenz is not a good defender. And why Cooper Flagg was so good coming out of college and out of high school, coming into college in the NBA, he was already an anchor defensive player. Like, he's already good on defense. So what I'm saying is, if AJ DeBenz, he has all the physical gifts, he has all the physical talent. He's tall, he's lanky, he's athletic. If he wants to succeed, like the level we're seeing Cooper Flagg succeed, he has to get better on the defense. Does he have to be as good as Cooper Flagg on defense? No. But he has to improve as a passer. He has to improve as a passer, and he has to improve at least a little bit as a defender, because his raw scoring is good enough to make up for what he lacks on defense, but not when he lacks this much on defense.
Yeah.
And
top of that too. He starts the game so slow.
Yeah, against Tech. Against Tech, he didn't do anything in the second half, but against Arizona, he was slow in that game. He's kind of slow in the Kansas game. Like the BYU game, I guess he did play well. He had 28, 5, and 4. Like that's not bad. But they still lost by 11. And Houston's a very good team. I'm not going to say they're not. I've seen them play with my own eyes. They're a very good team. But if he wants to succeed, he's going to have to be a better playmaker and a little bit better defender. He doesn't have to be an all NBA defender, but just at least a little bit. So, but yeah, you can stay over there. That's your guy. No, you are not allowed. After what you said, you are not allowed.
I heard defended this guy last year on a podcast in 2025.
No.
I say it could be. I
you gotta stay over there.
All right, bro.
You gotta stay over there. You said AJ was already better than him right now. You gotta stay on that side. You gotta stay on that side, bro.
I take it back.
Stay on that side.
I'm gonna buy his jersey and wear it on the pod.
Okay, bro. Sure, bro. Whatever.
I bought the Bronze jersey.
You gotta stay on that side. I already told you, bro. All right. So me and Trey have already talked about this game quite a bit. It's 12:24. Yeah, we gotta speed this up. I got work in the morning, boys. Me and Trey have already talked about this game at a disgusting length, because Trey's just a really annoying person sometimes, and he annoys me a lot. So UNC, I'm not even saying his
my favorite team.
Travis, you just don't like Peterson. You just don't like Peterson. No, you're not taking AJ over Peterson. Peterson's a better scorer. He's a better defender. I think they're both not that good at playmaking. So, I'm not going to give a point here or there, but no.
Peterson reminds me of Kobe Bryant, dude. He reminds me a lot of Kobe.
Dude.
Maybe, more athletic, but probably that skill is Kobe Bryant. Dude.
Yeah. Yeah, you can have him then. And I know Peterson has the injury concerns, but I'm not going to take that in consideration when I don't know what's going on. If it persists in the NBA, then it persists in the NBA. It is what it is. I don't like what I've seen from AJ. I feel like he has empty stats and only plays well against good teams. And then when he plays good against good teams, they get blown out. So I don't know what's going on. He got flu-like symptoms because he didn't care for practice. I mean, if Peterson doesn't care for practice and he's given us the business, he walked into the USA, and he's the United Supermarkets Arena where Tech plays. He walked in there and he gamed us, bro. He gamed us.
Yeah, he did.
He gamed us, bro. Like he's cold, bro. Peterson is really, really good. I think he'll be the first overall pick. I really do. So I guess also depends on who will have the first overall pick because the lottery is kind of weird. So we'll see. Well, yeah. Well, apparently I've heard that we were throwing the game. People were saying that C4 sat out because he got paid or something. I saw all sorts of stuff. But yeah, I mean, I don't think C4 is stopping Peterson from hitting those threes. C4 is not like freaking Wimby on defense. I don't think he's stopping Peterson from hitting those threes. So he gamed us. He gamed us, unfortunately. But yeah, we're going to go to this game. North Carolina, UNC, the Tar Heels played against Duke in the heated rivalry, the most legendary rivalry, maybe in all sports, definitely in college basketball for sure. Maybe he would have. I don't know. I feel like we still get game there, but maybe we don't. The Tar Heels win it on a game winner. Contrary to popular belief, if you're, Trey Lopez, you think they won solely because of Caleb Wilson. No, they did not win solely because of Caleb Wilson. They did have a very nice game-winning shot from what's his face. Let me find it here. I'm scrolling down. It was Seth Trimble hit a game-winning three-pointer to win the game. If you ask Trey, he says that Caleb Wilson severely outplayed Cameron Boozer, even though their stats were very similar. Cam Boozer had 24 points. Caleb Wilson had 23. Cam Boozer had 11 rebounds. Caleb Wilson had 4. Caleb Wilson had 2 assists. Boozer had 3. And Cam Boozer was a little less efficient from the field, and Caleb Wilson was more efficient. But according to Trey, he just severely outplayed him, even though his teammate hit a game winner. But yeah, sure. Dude, he was Cam is him, bro. Cam Boozer is him. I think I would, y'all are gonna think I'm an AJ Debance hater. I just don't like what I've seen from him. I would take Cam Boozer over AJ in the draft. Not because of his upside, but because it's kind of the when Paolo Banchero and Jabari Smith Jr. were coming out of that draft, people said, well, Jabari Smith has more potential, but I'm going to take Paolo because he's more NBA ready. Paolo ended up being more NBA ready and having more potential than Jabari Smith. So that ended up being that. But I think Cam is more NBA ready than AJ, so that's why I would take him over. And I think they're really close. It depends on who has that second pick. I would pick Cam over him. I just think he's more polished offensively. I think he's a better rebounder. I think he's a better defender. And I think his game is going to develop very well. He's a great young talent. He's 18 years old. He's tall. He's athletic. He's strong. So I would pick him over AJ. I think AJ should go 3. I'm not saying AJ should go 4 or 5 or whatever, but yeah. So anyways, UNC wins the game. Trey thinks it's solely because of Caleb Wilson. That is what it is. Trey, as the UNC fan, quote unquote, of the show, do you think that UNC kind of made a statement here, beating the 4th ranked Duke Blue Devils, and do you think they're an underrated team?
I think they are an underrated team. I think people give a lot of credit to Duke and Kansas and Arizona and UConn especially. UConn was really good this year too, even though they almost lost on Friday night to a bad school. But I think they are an underrated team. I mean, they beat good ranked teams who are ranked in the college basketball. That's something to do with it. I think this team's underrated. I think they're more like the underdog. So that's how I see it.
Yeah. Henry Visar is apparently Travis's favorite player. The dude had 13 points. Like that's a good game. He's 6 of 9. Like he added to the win. But Travis likes hyping up like the second best player on the team. This dude thinks Council's the best player on the Kansas, whatever. I know. But yeah, no, I think UNC has a good game. I think Caleb Wilson is the 4th best prospect in this class. I think he's a lottery pick, absolutely, for sure. And yeah, I do think that's a big win. It's a heated rivalry. This game goes back and forth all the time. I mean, each year it's very, very close. I mean, where do you think that this rivalry ranks all time?
I have it two behind Lakers and Celtics. That's my opinion. Behind them is UNC and Duke, because even since even the old games in the 90s and the 80s, 2000s, they go at each other. They want to kill each other, bro.
Yeah,
It's like an NBA. It's like a March Madness playoff scenario. Like, we're gonna kill you. We hate you, and we hate you. So it's one of my favorite rivalries of all time. Top three for the max. Even when they're like not good in the season, still make a good performance out of it.
Yeah, for sure. So the overall record, UNC leads 146-120. They've played so many times. I know Duke won a lot of times in a row, kind of to bridge that gap. But it's definitely one of the most storied rivalries in the history of sport. Yeah, Texas Tech, West Virginia too. Yeah, for sure, bro. He's joking. I think it's top three. If I were to do one from each sport, the NBA, I would do Lakers, Celtics. The college basketball, Duke, UNC. College football, I'd probably say there's a lot of good ones.
Michigan, Ohio State.
I think Michigan, Ohio State would be, because the game that they play against each other is literally just called the game.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that's crazy. The Confederacy versus the Union is definitely number one. You're right, Travis. That's the greatest rivalry of all time.
Which one's that? The revolution. Is this part of the Revolutionary War, bro, or Civil War?
Civil War, bro.
Civil War. Okay. I mean, what is it, bro? Were you like in the 1800s again? My favorite rivalry though is 50 Cent and Diddy. That's my favorite one though.
Okay, 50 Cent and Diddy's your favorite one, bro. Okay, bro. Yeah, it's definitely up there, but we're gonna move on. Kansas and Arizona. Kansas hands Arizona their first loss of the season. Kansas did it without Darren Peterson. Yeah, this team's really good, guys. Flory Bidunga. I don't even know if that's how you say his name. He on Kansas, he had a great game, 23 points, 10 rebounds, 8 of 11 from the field, 3 blocks. Melvin Council had a good game, 23, 6 and 6. He was struggling from the floor, 6 of 25, but he made up for it at the free throw line. Floyd Mayweather versus Cat in the Hat book. Okay. Yeah. So the Jayhawks did shoot 11 more free throws. I do feel like it was definitely favored in Kansas' direction for the officiating. Council himself had 11. The dude almost had as many as the entire Arizona team. But this is definitely a statement win for Kansas, beating the best team in the country after coming off of big wins. I think Kansas will be ranked in the top 5 in the next rankings after this one, because of what they've just done in the last couple games. I mean, if you look at their last couple games, they've won 9 in a row. And in that 9, they beat number 2 Iowa State, at the time, number 13 BYU. Obviously, BYU is 22 now. At the time, number 13 Texas Tech, 16 now, and number 1 Arizona. And then they play against number 5 Iowa State again on the 14th. So yeah. I think given that record past 9, I definitely think that they would be ranked. No, I don't. They're 21-3. There's no way they drop below 10. If they lose this game, they might drop a little bit, but Nebraska slipped. They just lost to Purdue. I don't think if Iowa State loses to Kansas State or to Kansas and then to Houston, I think that they would slip maybe out of the top 10, but there's no way with a 21-3 record that they slip outside of the top 10. in my opinion. I know they lost to TCU, but if they beat Kansas or Houston, they have to stay top 10. Every good team has a bad loss except Arizona.
Yeah.
And I guess Duke doesn't really have a bad loss either, but Kansas lost to UCF. Like there's some bad losses out there for some good teams. I don't know if Houston has a bad loss actually. Let me look that up. BYU has like 5 bad losses. They lost to freaking Oklahoma State, bro. Let me see here. I wanted to pull up Houston. Houston, I don't think has a bad loss. No, they lost to Tennessee and they lost to us. Yeah, Houston doesn't have a bad loss, but a lot of these good teams have bad losses. So I don't think they'll drop out of the top 10, especially if they beat Houston or Kansas. I think that they stay firm in the top 10. I mean, 3 losses. I don't know if they can drop because they beat Purdue when they were ranked 1. They beat San Jose when they were ranked 14. They they lost to Kansas. So if they beat Kansas or beat Houston, I think they'll stay in the top 10. But
Yeah.
it'd be weird to see a 21-3 team drop out of the top 10, even though the losses are bad. I get that, but we'll see. So, Kansas beats Arizona. Where do you think Kansas is going to be ranked after this? They're 9 right now.
It has to be in the top 5, bro. They beat the best team in the nation, bro.
They've had a really good run. They beat Iowa, BYU, Texas Tech, and Arizona in the last 9. So.
Yeah, I thought Arizona was going undefeated. Probably not gonna lie.
Definitely that good.
It kind of remind me of the UConn season they had, men's basketball team they had a couple years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of remind me of that.
Yeah. I mean, Kansas is a really good team, dude. They're really, really good. When Peterson's on the floor, they're just so good.
Yeah, they're better with him.
I mean, they're obviously far better. But I think they'll be top 5. I think they might be right at 5.
Yeah.
If they beat Iowa State, I think they'll definitely jump up to that 5 spot. But yeah, Bronny played a lot because there's nobody in, so he got a lot of playing time.
There's no next LeBron, dude.
Yeah, no. Unless he grows a foot, I don't think he's going to be the next LeBron. So, but yeah, we're gonna hop over to some PGA real quick before we wrap this up. The Waste Management happened, one of the more popular non-major tournaments. Brooks did miss the cut. I saw who won. I forgot his name. I'm gonna pull it up because the PGA Tour just like the Instagram, they just gawk all over Scotty Scheffler.
I know.
I mean, dude, Scotty Scheffler could be 5th, and they're like, "Here comes Scotty. Never count him out. He's gonna go crazy on that front." Dude, I didn't even know Hideki was leading most of that tournament until I looked it up because the PGA wasn't talking about it at all. They were gawking all over Scotty.
I know,
all over him. And it went to a playoff between freaking Chris Gotterup and Hideki, and I had no idea.
I didn't know that
because
either.
if you didn't watch the tournament, you thought that Scotty was up by 50 the way the PGA Tour was posting him. So, Brooks did miss the cut, but shout out to Chris Gotterup for winning. That's really big for him. He played really, really well, beat Hideki in a playoff. So that's very, very impressive. Do you think that even though Brooks missed this cut, he's trying to work back into actual golf shape, like not playing 54 hole shotgun start, like actually playing a full 72 hole round or tournament? Do you think that he did, he made the cut at
American Farmers, yeah.
And then he missed the cut here. I expect him to not play very well for a little bit, but do you think that he could win on not a major, but do you think he could win a tournament this year?
I think he could. I think he's going to play in the Players Championship in a couple of weeks from now.
Ooh, I'm so excited for that.
Yeah.
I think my boy Rory's playing in that. He better not be drunk still. He won that last year, so
He probably is. Imagine he's so drunk, dude.
dude, he better not be drunk. It's March 12th. It's coming up here soon. He
Yeah.
better be drunk.
He might be drunk, bro.
Dude, he better not be, bro.
But I think he could. I think he could win. I think here's the deal: the PGA Tour, he's trying to get back to that competitive fire because in the live, if you're just drinking beer,
I think that's a big thing for
And
sure. He's got to get that competitive.
yeah, you'll get it. I mean, this guy said someone asked him about Scotty Scheffler, so how do you feel about Scotty Scheffler? He said, I ain't scared of him. What's he gonna do? Hit me? He's like, I'm not scared of him. I'm better than him. And that's what he thinks. He's funny. Brooks is a funny guy. But I think he can win on tour. Okay, I'll give him some time.
Yeah,
but Brooks Koepka, he's a beast, dude. He can do it.
Yeah, he is. Travis, you might be the only person on the planet who's going to watch the Puerto Rico Open. I'm not going to lie to you. I think he obviously has the talent to win a tournament. Do I think he'll win one this year? I'm not sure. It might take him. Maybe he can pull one off towards the middle of the season. I don't know how long it's going to take him to get back into PGA Tour shape. What I mean, is legitimate, actual competitiveness. It's a different league. It's a different tour. These guys are here to be competitive and win tournaments. They're not there to hit drivers really long and play in goofy tournaments that have music and beer and or in teams. No one gives. If you don't watch YouTube golf, you don't know any Live Tour teams. I only know two because of Phil Jackson, Phil Mickelson, and Bryson DeChambeau.
Yeah.
Phil Mickelson's team is the High Flyers, and Bryson's is the Crushers. I only know that because they're on YouTube Golf.
I also know Ian Porter's too is something with the red logo. I forgot. I don't even know what it's called.
I don't know. And Sergio Garcia's is like the freaking tamales, the hot tamales or something, bro. I don't know, dude. They have teams, bro. It's the worst league ever. I just don't know why they have so much money. Well, I know because of the Saudi Arabians, but
because it's Al Qaeda.
It's not a team sport. Team golf is cool in college.
Yeah,
I'm sorry, and it's cool too. It's cool in those tournaments where you play in pairs. It's cool in the Ryder Cup. It's not cool for most of the time, bro. No one cares.
It's cool.
Nobody cares. Yeah.
It's cool. It's cool if me and you play golf together against Travis and Aiden or Drake. Other than that,
it's not cool, bro. We want to see these guys going at each other. So I do think it'll take Brooks a little bit of time to get there, to get up to snuff. We'll see. But he definitely has the talent and the ability. All he needs is to catch fire one weekend.
Yeah.
Because
he can.
He gets the driver going. He gets the putter going. He could definitely be in contention for a tournament. I would love to see him at least in contention, in the final pairing on a Sunday, something like that. If he's in the final pairing with Rory at the Players or Scotty, that'd be sick.
Yeah, he won't back down though. He didn't back down. He didn't back down from Tiger Woods in 2018.
Yeah, I know. He definitely won't. If he's in the final group with Scotty, we'll have no idea because the PGA Tour is going to gawk all over Scotty. I mean, that Instagram account is awful. I didn't know who was leading. No, Tiger's probably not playing this year. He might play the Masters. He might make it for, I don't know, but I doubt it. He might play at the Masters, but I don't know.
You probably spent TGL.
Yeah. I didn't know who was leading the tournament after 3 rounds because the PGA Tour was only tweeting about how Scotty made the cut.
Yeah.
Because he shot 6 under or whatever. I didn't know he was leading the tournament. I had no idea Hideki was leading. I had no idea.
Yeah, neither did I.
It's just crazy gawk, but whatever. He's a really good golfer, obviously, but I don't know. I don't think we need to gawk him or like that much. So yeah, speaking of TGL, Neil Shipley made the first hole in one ever at the TGL. And speaking of TGL, Travis, we're talking about it. What do you think of that moment? And do you still like the TGL as a concept overall?
I like it a lot. I think it's brought more fans to the attraction to golf actually, because people ain't like Patrick Cantley, 24 like 48 hours to hit a golf ball. It's also they like how they talk trash to each other. I know that people cuss and it's Disney and you have to mute it, but it's Mickey Mouse controlling the stage. But I like GGO a lot. I think it's Tiger Woods and Roy made a good investment into it. I like the Stinger hole. That's probably my favorite hole because I like how people do what they do about it. It's hard. It's the hardest hole on that in that TGL league. It's the hardest hole.
Yeah.
And I like how they try to figure it out. And hopefully, I can see Tiger Woods play this in TGL this season. So
yeah, we'll definitely see. I mean, I think it's cool. I think that they need to update their technology they use on it.
Yeah,
I don't think the tech is that good. It seems like to me. Yeah, it's definitely like there's a lot of celebrities that go there and stuff, especially when Tiger's playing. I think it'd be cool for them to stream it on YouTube as well, something like that, because it's more of that style of golf. So I mean, I think it's cool. I think it gives these guys and the tour another opportunity to play. The venues are always really cool. I think if they update the technology a bit, maybe just go to Foresight. I know they're trying to use some proprietary tech, but just use a GC quad. Just use a TrackMan. Like we don't need to do all this goofy stuff. But I do like how the ground will flop. If you're hitting from the rough, it'll switch over to like actual rough grass. I think that's really cool. But there's a lot of cool concepts. I would just love to see it get polished over the years.
I think it will.
Because I'm not going to lie to you, I have not watched it since Tiger hasn't been in it. I'm not going to lie to you. I think it's cool, but I don't feel like there's any stakes. You know what I mean? There's no real stakes. It's not a major. It's not going to show up on your resume when we're talking about goats and golf and stuff like that. I think it's cool, and I think it'd be cool if they put it out on YouTube, something like that. But
I think it will because that guy's a billionaire.
Yeah. We'll see. So yeah, we're gonna talk about some other things real quickly here before we wrap up. I know Trey is so pumped for this one. A couple things happened. Stephen A. Smith and Skip Bayless had a get together powwow since they got separated after Skip left for Fox a long time ago. And then Shannon and Stephen A. reunited on Nightcap. And, they were interviewing Shannon, or someone was. Who was interviewing Shannon?
Front Office Sports.
Oh, yeah. So they were – do you think that – yeah, sure, bro. I don't know what that is. Do you think that ESPN is going to hire him back?
They should, bro. Fire RC, because RC did worse than that. RC's a racial person. He's a racist person, big time. You watch his Pivot podcast, it's good, but he says this, white people don't respect us because we're black. They don't respect our culture at all. I like the mock because I hate that. It makes me so mad. So if I'm ESPN, fire RC. RC made a bad comment on Monday Night Football with Scott Van Pelt about something happened with LSU player getting arrested. He defended him because the guy was drinking and driving, and RC defended him. He said he shouldn't have got arrested. He got arrested because he was black. And the ESPN made him apologize on First Take the next day. So if I'm ESPN, you should fire RC, save your money, and go get Shannon Sharpe back.
I don't think they're going to hire him back. A couple things happened in a row.
Back, bro.
I don't think they're going to hire Skip back either.
Nothing wrong, bro. Except for one thing, and that was the Shannon Sharpe.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I think RC should just get fired because he sucks, but that's just me.
I agree. He sucks. He quit Peter Schrager's journalism back.
I just don't think that he's a good analyst or sports pundit. I just don't But
Nah.
no, I don't think Shannon's going to be back on ESPN. I think he's too much of a liability for them. He really likes 19-year-old girls, and he really likes to accidentally go live on Instagram with Michelle. So, I don't know if ESPN and Disney are going to take RC's not speaking the people's mind. He's speaking the drug addicts' minds, Travis. That's what he's doing. He's speaking.
So bro, Nick. You gotta listen
speaking.
to Nick. You gotta listen to his podcast, bro. He's so racial, bro. He's so racist.
I'm good, bro. I think he's speaking for the people on methamphetamines. I think that's what he's doing. But yeah, no, I think Shannon's a little bit too much of a liability for ESPN and Disney. So I'm not sure he'll be back. Maybe he will. I don't know. I don't know. After that whole thing went down, I'm not sure he's going to be back. And maybe he will, maybe he won't. I don't know. We'll see.
Oh, one more thing. What do you think about Belchin not being in the Hall of Fame this year, bro?
Yeah, we talked about that a little bit. I think it's a travesty. I think that's ridiculous.
I think they should click on it.
Yeah. Yeah, Shannon and Ocho are good where they're at. I like Shannon on, Club Shay Shay and Nightcap for sure. Going back, I saw Travis mention it, but Carlos Alcaraz is the youngest Grand Slam winner in the history of tennis. He's got 7 Grand Slam championships. He's 22. Do you think he could make a run for that title held, the number of majors held by Novak?
I think he actually could, man. That guy's a beast.
Dude, he's so good.
I think he might be up there with. I think he really could. Yeah. I know he can probably surpass the big 3, bro, of Novak, Federer, and Nadal.
So Novak has 24. Well, no, Yannick Sinner's really good, Travis. Sinner is very, very good.
Yeah, he really is good, yeah.
And Sinner's gotten a couple off of Carlos already. So Sinner is very, very good. Carlos is better, but Sinner's still very good. I don't think the thing is Carlos doesn't have a Rafael Nadal. What I mean by that is the French Open is not just for Rafael Nadal, because Rafael is the greatest clay tennis player of all time. Yeah. Rafael on clay is ridiculous. So, Carlos Alcaraz doesn't have a Rafael Nadal to worry about in the French Open. So he's going to win a lot more French Opens than Novak or Roger Federer did because of that. So because of that, he might have a chance. Novak has 24 total major titles. Carlos is 22. He's already over a quarter way there. You know what I mean? So
I will say he kind of reminds me of a young Nadal because of that energy he has. That edge. I think the most skilled, in my opinion, the most skilled tennis player is Federer.
Yeah,
in my opinion.
Yeah. So I'm going to pull this up here. Novak had 1 title by age 22.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, Carlos does have Novak. I mean, he just beat Novak in the Australian Open. I mean, he does have Novak because Novak's still very, very good. Novak beat Sinner to get to that championship round against Carlos.
Dude, that's crazy. Novak. How is Novak? 45?
Dude, he's old. Let me see.
That guy's still cooking in tennis, bro. It's insane.
Yeah, Novak's very good. Let me see how old he is. He's 38.
Dang, he looks older than that.
Yeah, he looks older than that. He's very good. I think he's probably going to he's a guy still making it to the championship round of the Australian Open. There's no way he's going to retire this year. He's still too good.
Yeah.
He's still too good. Roger Federer retired after he started falling off. So did Rafael Nadal. Federer got hurt. Federer had that one championship run against Novak. What was that tournament? I forgot the tournament that was. But I don't know. He was drained, but he was in the chain. He beat Yannick Sinner.
Yeah. And Nadal retired because he was always hurt. He got hurt throughout his career. He got his hamstring.
I don't know if Novak is going to retire anytime soon. I think he might play at least 2 more years. So that's, at least 8 more majors.
Yeah.
But just for reference, Roger Federer won a singular French Open.
That's crazy, bro.
And he has 22. So the courts, you have grass, clay, and hard courts. Novak was the king of hard courts. Roger Federer was the king of grass courts, and Rafael Nadal was king of clay. And it seems like Carlos is just the best in all of them right now. So this dude, because if you think about if Novak didn't have Roger Federer or Rafael Nadal to deal with, how many majors would he have? How many majors would Roger Federer have if he didn't have Novak or Rafael Nadal to worry about? What if Rafael didn't have Novak, or would all of them have 40 in that hypothetical situation? Like genuinely, would they have 40?
Probably, bro. I mean, that was that man.
So what is Carlos going to look like without having? I think Jannik Sinner is good, but Carlos is much better than. I won't say he's much better than Jannik. I think he's better, but I think the gap between him and Jannik is bigger than the gap between Novak, Roger, and Nadal was. So when Novak retires, if it's this year or next year or the year after, and if Jannik Sinner doesn't get better and better, and Carlos is only 22, he's only going to get better. Is this dude going to retire with 35 Grand Slams? Like, is he going to have is he just going to win every single major for the next, or like 3 out of 4 majors for the next 10 years? I don't know. He's 22. The guy is 22 years old.
That's crazy, bro.
And he's already this good. So I don't know. I think we could see him.
I think right now he's probably better than Pete Sampras right now.
I mean, the dude could win 30 majors.
He could, yeah.
And then what do we say? Do we say he's the GOAT? Do we say he's not the GOAT because he didn't have to deal with 2 other guys just as good as him, like Roger, Novak, and Rafael Nadal had to? That's going to be interesting to talk about when we get there. It's going to be really, really interesting to talk about when we get there. Because Carlos will, barring catastrophic injury or he just falls off completely, this guy's going to win 30 majors at least.
Yeah.
He's if he just stayed on pace right now. I'm going to pull this up. Let's say he plays till he's 35. Yeah, Ben Shelton. Yeah, he's no Andy Murray. That's for sure. He's 22, so let's say he plays another 13 years. And if he plays another 13 years, high-level play, what he's at right now. Because, tennis, I feel like he can keep up at least close to that play for the next 13 years. He can be about that good till he's 35. So I'm actually really interested about this. I'm gonna put this in here. Okay. Let's see here. I mean, we need a Marty Supreme of tennis. Yeah, we do, bro. Yeah, we do. So he's got 7 by the age 22. Let me see. And then we'll wrap up after this, guys. I'm just very curious to see what I can pull up here. How many did Roger have when he was 22? He had 3.
Nadal had 6 at 20 when he was 22.
Okay, so
I'm gonna see how much Novak had.
Novak had 1.
Oh yeah, 1.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Nadal had 6. He had he won 4. He won from 18 and 21 4 French Opens, and at 22 he won the
Okay.
Wimbledon.
So he's played 13 majors. He's won 7 of them. So at the rate he's winning at, if he wins the same rate he's winning at right now, 50. So there's 52 majors in the next 13 years. So 13 times 4, because there's 4 majors a year. That's 52 majors in the next 13 years. If he wins at the same rate he's winning at now, which means he doesn't really get better, or he gets better, but he gets better comp, but he wins at the same exact rate, in the next 13 years, he'd win another 28 majors. Plus 7 would put him at 35 Grand Slam titles. If he played till 35 and then retired, and he was high level until then. If this guy is 35 majors, how are we going to sit here and say he's not the GOAT?
I don't know.
So, I don't know. We might be, I don't know. It's speculation. Obviously, he's going to get more and more competition. I just don't know if is there going to be 2 more guys as good as Carlos that come out of nowhere? I don't know. I don't know. Only time will tell. So we'll see. We'll cross that bridge when we get there. See you guys in 13 years. No, I'm kidding. So the only argument is if he didn't have comp, but then you can say that a bunch of, I'm already thinking, it's like MJ and LeBron, but switched, because MJ had no comp. LeBron has all the comp. So yeah, it's kind of like that. But switched.
I got watch the
The thing is, people will say, well, he beat Novak. And I know Novak's towards the end of his career. But the first time he beat Novak was like 35. He's still very, very good.
Didn't Novak beat him one time in U.S. Open?
Yeah, Novak got him too. But his first, I think Wimbledon. There was one set between them two that was just one match between them two that was unbelievable. I forgot I think it was Wimbledon. But people will say that Jannik Sinner is very good. There's going to be a lot more good tennis players that come out and come up. In the next 13 years, we're going to see a lot of really, really good players. So I think he'll still have really good comp. But 35 majors. If he wins 35 majors, we're just gonna have to sit here and say he's the GOAT, I think. But like I said, we'll cross that bridge when we get there. So real quickly, guys, before we wrap up here, next year's Super Bowl is going to be hosted in Los Angeles at SoFi
by ESPN.
So who do you think is going to be the halftime performer?
Okay, it better be Ice Cube, bro. It cannot be freaking nobody outside of the country. It has to be someone in LA. Has to be someone in LA, bro. Has to be Ice Cube.
Yeah, I don't know. J. Cole. Okay, that could be interesting.
J. Cole. Maybe get a hologram of Tupac. A hologram like he did at the Golden Globes.
Mm-hmm.
Back in 2012, a hologram of Tupac.
Yeah,
that'd be crazy, bro.
That'd be kind of crazy. Tim McGraw. I'm kidding. They'd never get a country guy.
No.
Yeah, I don't know. I have no idea. I think J. Cole would be cool. I think Ice Cube would be cool. But yeah, we'll see. Hopefully the next year's Super Bowl 61 is a little better. Hey guys, we're only 7 years away from Super Bowl 67. That's pretty tough.
6.
Okay. Olivia Dean, maybe. Benson Boone, no. All right, guys, that's going to wrap us up for today. We really appreciate y'all stopping by. It is way past my bedtime, so I got to get out of here and go to bed. But appreciate y'all stopping by. Remember to like, comment, subscribe. Helps the algorithm. If you're watching this later, thank you so much for watching all the way through.
And follow us on Apple
you guys. Yeah, follow us on Apple Podcast. And yeah, we appreciate it. Thanks for all the support and love, and we will see you next week. You guys have a fantastic rest of your week, and there's no more football to watch or enjoy, so
enjoy NBA.
Watch some NBA, some college basketball. So yeah, we'll see you guys next time. You have a fantastic rest of your night. Good night, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. However you're watching, however you're listening. We appreciate it. See ya.